That's okay. We're just going to go on. But you see what just happened, and that was the point of it. I'm glad it came the way that it came because, again, we want our beliefs to be consistent with what our desires, because how can it manifest if it's not?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Or because what a lot of people do, and I hear this a lot of times, is, okay, I'm going to make something up. I want some new shoes, right? And I want a new car. When you hear those two things, people believe automatically, because we were conditioned to, people believe that it takes longer, and it's harder to attract the car than the shoes. That's why it does. So what if we believe that is as easy to attract the car as a shoe? Some shoes. You see how our beliefs, you see what we were taught to believe?
Mm-hmm.
You add another zero and
Right.
it takes longer. Add another zero
Right.
to the price and longer. That's what we were taught, right? In a nutshell.
Right.
Add another zero.
Mm-hmm.
Add another zero and it takes longer. Well, who said that? That's not true. That belief no longer serves us, and that's my point.
Right. Wow.
That's a belief that no longer serves us. So let's choose to believe something different going forward. Because, again, that's what we were taught to believe. That's what we were conditioned to believe. But now that we all are adults, we can say, I don't believe that. And I don't have to. My belief is that it's easy. If I focus, I get whatever I want, no matter how big it is. That's what I believe. You see?
Right.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And what's great about that exercise is that exercise that you just did is that, you were able to break it down into the simplest form. You had a complex concern about, your living situation, how you want to live and your desire. And then you broke it down into simple pieces, and you basically stated an affirmation and said, okay, well, you know what, I believe that I'm going to be safe. I believe that I'm going to have my dream home. I'm going to, instead of just having one compound sentence or one compound statement or desire, you broke it down into the simplest form. And then by doing that, it makes you understand exactly what your process is to get there and realize that, it's not as hard as you think. It's actually very, very simple, and I'm going to achieve this. I'm going to attain these things, and I'm going to feel this way because I know that I deserve it. So that's what's beautiful about the way that it was reinterpreted and the way that you stated it in your affirmation by saying, hey, I believe that I'm going to be safe, that I'm going to have, and I'm going to do this.
Right. Wow.
And that's the reason, honestly, thank you for that, really, thank you. The reason really why I did it like this, too, is because I'm going to go to a truth, right? Because a truth and a belief. We kind of believe that it's difficult or challenging or even hard to switch our thought process, right? So that's what we believe, right? So, again, that's not true anymore. We don't need to believe that anymore. So that's why I did it like that. For one, so that way you could understand where it's coming from, because your truths are connected to your beliefs. So understand where it's coming from, just so you'll know, right? But then really as easy as attaching, I believe, to the desires, like just what just happened.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And going forward again, when it comes up, just say, oh, that was an old belief. That's it. Don't deal with it, because dealing with it causes resistance, which adds more to it. So don't deal with it. Just acknowledge it as being old.
Okay.
It's funny that you say that, though, because when I was filling out the worksheet, I did try to make at least my thought process be consistent as far as the desire, the truth, and the belief. But some kind of way I just kind of got lost in translation when I was actually writing it. But it's like when I tried to sit down and really think about it, that was my intent. But I kind of deviated from that at some point. But I get it, and I love it. I absolutely, I felt that when I seriously did.
Oh, good. Because this is the thing that we have to understand, is that our truths can't change, right? That's why, and that's okay. But just because my truth is what it is, that does not mean I have to believe what I used to believe. See, the truths won't change, because the truths are what happened. It's our experience. That's why we are where we are. that is what it is. But that does not believe I have to. That does not mean I have to base my beliefs on my truths anymore. So guess what? Now we just established a new belief. Now I believe that I could go through something, establish another truth, and still choose what I want to believe. How about that? Right?